What's up, everybody? All right, here we are. This is going to be the real start of the renovation.
You said renovations.
Of La Abuela. It's a 2013 F6B belonging to Santiago Cardona, and we got a lot of stuff to do on this puppy. All right, we already replaced the front tire. The story on that was I was bringing it home, and I'm on 417 doing like 90, and I went to go from the left lane to the right lane, and it wouldn't move. It was just stuck there. The tire went flat because we had a bad valve seal. The bottom of the valve actually cracked. But we already got the tire on there. It had a little whack in the rim. I straightened that out already. We're going to be fixing this rim up and cleaning it up after we're done. But in the meantime, we're going to do a quick. We're going to take these rotors off. Remember one thing important, these rotors are unidirectional. If you have a left and a right, you must put them back where you take them off. Otherwise, you're going to have an issue. So this way you don't destroy your calipers. Pull the seals out to replace the front wheel bearings. Okay, so now all we're going to do is real quick, we're going to take the pry bar. We're going to stick it at the top of the seal, make sure it's in there, and 1, 2, 3, pop the seal right out. Seal comes right out of the seal. Now you can see the rubber on the seal right here is all chewed up. That's because the bearing was no good. I'm going to show you what it looks like in there, and you can see the top of the bearing, the beige part, which is just the cover, it's destroyed. And we're out with the second part of the one bearing. So there it is. So here's your bearing. Okay, so we're done with this side. We're gonna work on the other side. We're gonna pull it out, and then I'll be back when we're gonna install them. Today we're gonna finish off this wheel. We're going to put the rotors on. Let me straighten that out. Okay. Couple little things you need to remember. When you take a rotor off, they are directional. Right here, you can see an arrow. Better than that. On the tire, you can see an arrow. That's the direction of the rotation. Real easy. You want to make sure that this arrow is facing the same way that arrow is facing. And if you look, it's facing that way. So is this one. Now we're going to present it. Remember one thing, guys. These rims are aluminum. On most bikes, you're going into aluminum. You want to start each screw by hand. Don't fool around. Don't be a hero. Don't think that you're going to go any faster by putting it on the end of a gun and zapping it in, because most likely you'll cost yourself a heartache and a lot more time when you got to rethread the hole. And if you mess the screw up, now you got to go find the screw. So don't be a hero. Just take your time. What I use to run them in is this. This has 0 torque. It's probably about 5 pounds. And it's just so that I don't have to sit there with my finger or a ratchet. You could jam it down, and I'll show you what I'm talking about in a second. Just till it stops, you don't have to force it. All you want to do is just run them in. Now, after you run these in, the most important part of this is the next step, which is torquing them down. You want to torque these down, because if you over tighten them, you could actually warp the rotor. You don't want to do that, because then you'll get a pulse. So real simple. This is set at 15 pounds. That's the manufacturer's specifications. You don't need anything more than that. Ready? There you go. That's torqued down. And you're going to do it in a crisscross pattern. So if I do this one first, this is going to be second. Then we're going to come up over the one we just did. And go back down over the other one that was just done. Come back to the top. And the last one. And that's it. These rotors, I cleaned them up. The rim is powder coated. It's all ready for the road. This is what powder coating looks like. Yeah, buddy. Beautiful. This time we're going to be working on the front tubes. We're going to take them out. And right now, I'm just going to crack it loose. And we're going to pull it right out. See how easy it is. A lot of times you just got to feel around. And it's going to be 1, 2, and 3. And this one's out. These things have never been off since 2013. Okay. And that's the end of that. So that's as much as we're going to do tonight. We're trying to get this baby ready to go across Europe. He's going to ship it out. He's going to ride all over Europe. This guy's nuts. But we're going to give him the best ride possible. Today we're working on the front tubes. And we're going to start on the left side. Now, again, remember guys, this is the anti-dive valve. Do not fool with it. Leave it alone. Don't touch it. Don't mess with it. First thing we're going to do is we're going to take and loosen the drain plug on the bottom. I like to do it like this because it comes right out. If you try to use an Allen wrench, you're going to be there for a minute. Usually they're a little tough. I got oil dripping all over my finger. I just want to make sure that we get this washer. You don't want to lose this washer. This is a seal. Okay? You lose that, you got a problem. All right, then we walk this bolt out. This is your drain plug, right? 6mm Allen wrench. And we put this on the side, put the washer on it so you don't lose it. And set it off to the side. Come on, it don't want to go. Okay. Out of the way. Now we're going to take this. Got to be careful. Always put it over a drip pan. Because if not, you're going to make a dirty mess. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to take my patented tool for the tube. So this way, you don't need two guys to do this. You're going to put a little pressure on it and give it one good yank. You want to keep a little pressure on it because this has a little bit of a preload. Not much. You just don't want it splatting up in your face. All right. Now this one's a little different from the other side because this cap is independent. So just be careful. You don't want to start dropping all kinds of stuff in the oil. Then you got a mess. So what I usually do is I'll get a little box. Drop a rag in the bottom of it. So this way, you could lay your parts in there until you're ready to wipe them down. And you don't make a mess all over everything. The rag will pick up everything that you have oil on. So now we're gonna purge this thing. I do it on top of a rag. So this way it doesn't splash. So I put a rag at the bottom of my oil pan. Because if you don't and you push this down, you're going to get a jet. And it's going to hit the bottom of the oil pan. And eventually it's going to wind up on your face. So. What I'm doing now is I'm just purging the oil out. We're going to turn this over in a minute. But before we do, we're going to get it ready for disassembly. And that's real easy on this. So you're going to take a flat screwdriver. You have your boot, or what they call a dust seal. 1, 2, 3. This pops right up. Now I have this envelope here for all the spare parts that I'm taking off. All the old parts go in an envelope. Take the flat screwdriver. You got your retaining ring in here. You got 3 lips on it. So you could jam it in on one side and you should be able to pull the retaining ring out. Sometimes it gets a little stiff because the seal and the washers get pushed up when you hit potholes and stuff. So as you see, this one's already up, but it doesn't want to release from the other side, so we're going to help it along. I'll show you the cutouts right now, which really help. If this was a flat ring, you'd have a problem. And here we go. When you look at it, you can see these raised parts right here. You got 4 of them. So you could stick it in each corner and pull the ring out. This is called a retaining ring. That's for your seal. Now we're gonna get this out of here. That's real easy. Gently. Don't get animal. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And it's gone. Now, this is the easy part here. Nothing complicated. We're going to turn this over a second and leave that right there. I already did this one. This is ready to install. It's got all the new bushing seals. Everything is done on this. It's all loaded with fluid. I'm using a 20 weight to give it a little more oomph so it's not so saggy on the road. You have to take the top apart a little bit. You're going to come about anyway. We're going to do the stem bearing. So we're going to be taking these out right here. So I had to take this stuff off to loosen these 2 pinch bolts up on the top. You got 1 on each side. This is the top of the steering stem. Okay. That's what retains the forks on the top. We're going to put this over to the side for now. Now this is the first time that I'm going to be able to see the lock nut for the steering stem right here. Okay. Now what we're going to do is, it's supposed to be finger tight. It's kind of loose, but we're going to see. Let's get this out of the way. Wow. That's where it should have been. It's almost a full turn, which means the neck bearings were already shot. This washer is supposed to be concave. It got destroyed. It's flat. Okay, but no biggie. I stock these. I keep them in stock all the time. Brandy spanking new. Out of the package. And there you go. That's the new washer. It's supposed to have a curvature. Yeah, you could see it, actually. Here you go. That's the way it's supposed to be. This one's almost flat. So there's no curvature. Yeah, I'll put them side by side so you can see the difference. You see the tongues on it are up, and this one is pretty flat. This is a special socket that's specific for the neck bearing. It's a 4-tongue socket, and it fits right there. It was pretty loose. Now the trick to this is just keep a little pressure on the side here. I'm gonna reach down here, push it up. That's what it looks like. That flat flange is to retain the seal, the upper seal. So we're just gonna lay this here for right now. And that's it, guys. That's the steering stem. That's what it looks like. If I can get close enough, you can actually see, I already hit it with the hammer once, and it literally cracked. So right now, all I'm gonna do, and we're gonna give it a little tappy. And then just with a flat screwdriver, and we're done. Now this seal is going to get used for something else. When I put the new bearings in, if I put them in against the cage the way it is with the seal, this lip of the seal here, see how high it is? It'll actually lock the cage up. So what I will do is I will cut this off, and I will use this old seal as a spacer between the new seal and the lower race of the bearing, or the inner race of the bearing. So, as you can see, the bearings on the bottom. These are a flat roller cage. All right, so we're at this point. Here we go. All right, so watch. Ready? Let's see what this air filter looks like. Ew, it's nasty. Okay, so. I'll pull this puppy out of here. And this was done supposedly in 2019. That's 4 years ago. And yeah, we got a little bit of oil down here. Nothing crazy, but a little bit. You can see it there in the corner. All right. So, let's put this over here. And Santiago, I hope that you was using all your spare time to look at the videos that I sent you. You know, I hope you was paying all kinds of attention, because, I mean, you know, knowledge is power. And look at all this stuff. Look at all this stuff. Let's go under here. We got more stuff under here. Holy shit. And wait a minute, we got all kinds of stuff up here. So, I mean, you know, besides that stuff, then we got this tray full of nuts, screws, brackets. And then we got this tray all full of stuff. And we got this tray all full of stuff. And I honestly and sincerely, and we got all kinds of stuff over here. Another thing full of screws. Oh my God. Anyway, I hope that you were paying attention, because I'll be damned, I don't remember where any of this shit goes. Talk to you later. Bye. Okay, so now everything is wired up. You got your fogs, you got your blinkers, you got your LEDs in the headlights. Take my word for it, you got LEDs in the high beams. I don't feel like walking over there, I'm tired. It's like 11 o'clock at night, I think, and I'm done. See you tomorrow. We'll finish this baby up.
Te la van a prestar por un ratico nada más.
Ahora estás en una moto de frente, tienes que aprender a manejar esta moto. Es diferente ahora.
¿Este de verdad?
Ya, cuidado. Eso le da uno con los dedos. Cuidado.
O sea, él no tiene esa capacidad para manejar una moto de esa categoría.
¿Está puesto? ¿Lo prendiste? I don't hear it. I don't hear it.
Ya, solamente estoy aquí. Como yo para This is la abuela. This is the one that is going around the world. I'm a specialist. I got no words to thank this guy over here. Thank you. I'm just riding in good health. So, this is the love that this bike is gonna go around the world for me. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
Estimado Lupagan, quiero tomarme un momento para expresarte mi más sincero agradecimiento por el excelente trabajo que has realizado. Tu dedicación, compromiso y profesionalismo han sido clave para alcanzar los resultados que hemos logrado. Es evidente que pones el corazón en todo lo que haces, y eso marca la diferencia. Gracias por tu esfuerzo incansable, por tu atención al detalle y por siempre estar dispuesto a dar lo mejor de ti. Con gratitud. Santiago Cardona.